Hello, good morning, or welcome back to my channel. It's Sunshine Lorena, and I'm going to be reading books that feel like Gilmore Girls. Is the end of August. Now, you would have had a little bit of bee footage. So I started reading one of the books yesterday because, first of all, the weather's been giving autumn. It's currently raining. Second of all, it's the 31st of August, tomorrow's September, the bare months. Obviously August, my voice is really funny today, sorry. Obviously going to be autumn. And it's Gilmore season. I finished a man called Uva earlier in the week and I am in need of a nice warm hug. So we are going to be reading some small town romances. I'm picking them up from Kindle Unlimited just since I have that at the moment, kind of exploring the range. So the one that I've started is Juniper Hill by Devon Perry. This one is quite popular. It's like got 16,000 reviews on there, and it's really good. Now obviously I say feels like Gilmore Girls, it'll be elements of Gilmore Girls because you're never gonna get Gilmore Girls completely because but this one, one of our main characters is Memphis. She is originally from New York, from a rich family. She's a single mother, sound familiar, but she, for some reason, which I don't know, I've only read one chapter so far, but for some reason she has left New York. She's gotten a job in Montana, Quincy, Montana, completely changed her life, and it's to be a housekeeper. So does that sound a little bit familiar to you guys? But so far we've just picked up on her struggling to get to where she's staying, which is in Juniper Hill. Her new boss has found her somewhere to stay. Turns out it's been temporarily rented out for her by her new boss's brother, Knox, who is very handsome. She's clearly attracted to him. He was giving off a little bit of grumpy vibes, and I don't know if it's because his sister has forced him to rent his place out to someone, to rent out this like studio flat to someone, or if he's just a bit of a grumpy sunshine. We'll need to see, but maybe he's a little bit like Luke. We'll need to wait and see. But according to the synopsis, he's supposed to be a chef, and like I said, Memphis is very attracted to him, but for some reason she's having to give up on her dreams. She doesn't want to pursue it, so we're gonna wait and see what happens, but obviously something's gonna happen. But yes, read the first chapter, so just 8% of the way through, and I really like the style of writing. I feel already like I'm getting that hug that I need after reading A Man Called Uva. So I think this is going to be a really good one. So I've went a little bit back and forth on the second one to pick up. I wasn't too sure, but I think I've decided which one to get. Now the cover isn't really giving anything. The title a little bit is called Small Town Rumors, and it's by Carolyn Brown. Again, this is like 26,500 reviews, 4.2 stars. So it looks like something really good, but I picked this one up because it's a small town. There's like gossiping as part of like the synopsis. So Stars Hollow, they're always like gossiping and chatting about each other. So it's giving a little bit of the small town vibes. Also an ever so slightly Rory vibe in the revival. I'm just gonna read the synopsis and you'll see why. So everyone is talking about Jeannie Sue Baker and the mess she made of her life in New York. The former high school queen bee and wealthy darling of Bloom, Texas, has returned home after all these years, riding on a common bus and bearing 2 bounce alimony checks. In a town that thrives on gossip, Jeannie's fall from grace has shamed her mother, set the town blazing, and caused old, jealous enemies to whisper in delight. They say she's taken a job as a housekeeper, gotten a garage apartment, and might be crushing on Rick Lawson, a simple farmer with modest dreams. As romance starts to bud, Jeannie relishes what it means to follow her heart, find real new friends, and finally be herself regardless of all lying town chatter. But fate has another twist in store. Rumour has it that Jeannie now stands to lose what matters most unless she can convince Rick of one true thing, and that's love. So not completely like the revival, obviously, but the element of the town gossiping. Obviously, Stars Hollow, they're not malicious, but they will speak about you and gossip and, chat on the corner. So I'm looking forward to that vibe. And like like I said, she's returning back to town after, you know, being away for years and apparently being successful. Although, do we know if she's really that successful? So it's kind of giving Rory vibes when she returns. So yes, sorry, my husband came in, interrupted my train of thought. But yes, small townspeople gossiping, giving Stars Hollow vibes. Also small town. Jeannie is returning back to hometown, obviously not at where she wanted to be, not getting a job that she wanted, and not living in a place that she really saw herself at the time. So a little bit like Rory in the revival, like I said. Okay, obviously there's gonna be some romance with a farmer, a guy from the small town, which is it sounds like it's gonna be cute. Obviously that didn't happen with Rory. She was busy with like Chewbacca guy, dating Paul, and then having an affair with Logan, so she probably should have found a small town guy, and she could have had a nice little life, but you know, anyway, it's given a little bit of those vibes. I can't wait to get to that one, but obviously I'm gonna just continue on with Juniper Hill at the moment, which I think is going to be really cute. But yes, you already saw that I got some autumn stuff. I also got, and I didn't show in that initial clip, but I also got some autumn tea towels, which is so cute. But I'm gonna go into TK Maxx after work today because I'm in the office, so I'm gonna be in town anyway, so I should take advantage, you know. I'm gonna have a little look at their autumn stuff. You know, the Asda stuff, like I just got the tea towel. Primark didn't have that much stuff. I got like the candle and those napkins, but there wasn't that much. I might have even already missed the boat, or maybe the Primark by me doesn't have as much stuff as I've been seeing people on TikTok. But yes, my whole like TikTok is pretty much autumn vibes. It's just like, we know you need the autumn vibes. So I'm seeing everyone decorate, recipes. Wait, I'm gonna go because I have to go to work. But yes, I'll give you updates on reading when I can. I'm gonna be buying stuff today, hopefully for autumn. But yes, today is very much giving autumn. It's the 31st of August, it's raining, it is grey. I am ready to pull out those jumpers and just get all cozy and comfy. But yes, hopefully I'm gonna like these. Like I said, I just need a nice big hug. But if you know of any other books that give Gilmore Girls vibes, please let me know, because it is the season for them. So yes, I will speak to you later on. Lovely people, it is Friday, technically Saturday, so little update. I am now 32% of the way through Juniper Hill, really enjoying it. I've just come back from having dinner with friends, but yes, I thought I'll give you a little update because, you know, when I look nice, I like to film, because half the time I'm in like gremlin mode. So 32% of the way through, I'm really enjoying this. It is, you know, the tension is there, but I feel like it's not like super fast paced, but it's not super slow either. It's like somewhere in the middle. I'm enjoying the development of our characters, that tension between Memphis and Knox. Obviously it's not exactly the same as Gilmore Girls. Wasn't expecting it to be, just taking the elements. I do like what I've read so far, and we are starting to get a little bit of like an indication of things in their past. So like Memphis, like we're getting a little bit of her backstory, because obviously she just abandoned her life in New York and moved to Montana, which does seem a little bit odd. So we've had a little bit of indication of bits and pieces of her past, but not the full story. We've just had, like I said, bits and pieces. And then we have also Knox, and there's been a little bit of indication of things that have happened in his past as well, like just a slight hint here or there, and I'm super intrigued to actually see how it works out between these two, because it's good tension, and he does give off a little bit of kind of a grumpiness as well, which I do like in a romance novel. Memphis, I have found out, is 25, which is the same age as Eloise, who is the sister of Knox and also is running the the inn. Knox, I think, is around 30, so he's a little bit older. They have like 6 siblings, I think that's what they said. They have like 6 siblings, and the family has lots of different businesses and they're involved in like different things. So it is a little bit different from the Gilmore Girls in that respect, because yeah, it's a little bit different because she's obviously working with somebody the same age as her. I like the dynamic of Knox, him running the restaurant side of things that's attached to the inn. But yes, it's a good dynamic. I'm very interested to see where this goes. And this is a series, like I think you can see there, it says the Edens. So it's a series, so I'm definitely intrigued to like pick up other ones in this series as well. But it's like that coziness that I was looking for, like that hug that I said I needed. But as soon as I started being in autumn mode, the weather's changing again. So we've had like the worst August type weather. Tomorrow is supposed to be like 24 degrees, Sunday 25, and then like the first 3 days of next week is supposed to be 27, 28 degrees. Like where was this in actual summer? Like I know technically we're in summer still, but like where was this in actual summer? Super annoying. I did buy some things from the shops, like autumn stuff, so I do need to do my decorating, but like the weather is going to kind of put me off, but I don't want to do it in this video. I'm going to show you just now, but I do want to do some autumn decorating. I think it'd be really nice, but I was like ready in autumn mode because the weather had been giving me autumn, and now it's just not autumn, which is annoying, but I'm gonna go ahead with it. I still need to pick up a pumpkin spice latte. Maybe that'll happen this weekend. I'm gonna try and do that. But yes, I'm gonna show you now the bits and pieces that I picked up. So we have this little autumn gnome guy, which is just like super cute. He's like heavy in the bottoms. I feel like he's maybe supposed to be like a door stopper, but I'm just gonna use him as decoration. But how cute is this? I got this in TK Maxx. Did get a couple candles as well because, you know, I love the candles between autumn and Christmas. Like they're the best smelling ones. So first of all, this one is maple pumpkin, and just look at this cute little pumpkins, a little leaf, which I'm definitely going to keep this like after I've like burned out the candle, which will take a while, but I can actually smell it from here and it's like so good. I cannot wait to light it. Then we have also Autumn Orchid, is this one here. This isn't as cute as the other one, but it's still a nice one. And I can smell it, it's so good. I didn't go for the traditional like pumpkin spice one because they were super sweet. I wasn't a fan of the smells that I was smelling. Then you did see some other things the other day as well. I think I did bee footage. This is from Poundland, it cost £3. I need to test them out, hopefully they work, but these are like, it's like a string of lights and it has like these autumn leaves. So I'm thinking of like doing a little border. I think it's gonna look super, super cute. And then I'm gonna get the tea towel, which I didn't show you the other day, that I got from Asda, which also super cute. And so these are them here. Wait a minute. Wait. Okay, so it's a pack of 3. Again, it's the little autumn gnome guy. This one, I'm not too sure exactly what it says. I think it might be like Hello Autumn or something like that. And then there's this one cute one with like little mushrooms and stuff. I need to wash them before I use them, but like how cute are these? So I'm pretty happy with the bits and pieces that I got, but I still feel like there could be more. So I'm hoping like more stuff is going to turn up. I think we're going to go and see Equalizer 3 tomorrow. I will update you. But that's it for the moment. You're going to get a whole bunch of bee footage, and I'll come back to you when I have more of an update around Juniper Hill, and then when I move on to Small Town Rumours. I think it was the title of the other one. But yes, I'll come back to you. 5th of September and we are in the prime of this UK heat wave. Like, it's so weird. It's September. I was so ready for autumn. Like, it's nice to have nice weather. Little note before I get to book updates. I have like really badly sprained my ankle. So on Sunday we went to like watch the sunset, and when we were coming back down, it was like one of those kind of cobbly stone streets. I just kind of went over. I think I'm really lucky I didn't do anything worse. So I'm resting up my ankle at the moment, which is just, yeah, I want to like be out there enjoying the sun, you know, so I'm not able to like go out on like my lunch break back and forth and do like tons of walking. So, you know, annoying, really, really annoying. But anyway, updates. So I have finished Juniper Hill and I have started Small Town Rumours. So we're going to get both of those updates. So the last time I updated you on Juniper Hill, I was really enjoying it. I finished it and I've given it 2 stars. So it took a turn. Since my last update to you, it took a turn. But I mean, essentially, the reason for my 2-star rating is that, you know, it did start off really well. As you know, I was enjoying it. But then along the way, there was too many subplots introduced. So there was too many kind of threads trying to follow, and I feel like there wasn't enough time focused on each one. So it would have been better if there was less subplots and you focus a little bit better on them. Some of them didn't make any sense to me, like, what's the point in this, because then it doesn't really come to fruition. I found that also there was just really a lack of depth to the relationship. So they obviously get together. I mean, romance novels is always quicker than things happen in real life. I always find that. So I never expect it to be like true to like real life in terms of like time scale. But there wasn't really that much depth. So the seriousness of the relationship didn't make sense. It didn't make sense to how the relationship was being presented to where they were saying the word, because it didn't add up. And if you're going to do that, just give more depth to make it more realistic. Because yeah, I really felt like they went from 0 straight to 100. And like Knox, I'm not a huge fan. Like, I had started off liking him, the grumpiness, and that quickly faded. And like, you know, there wasn't enough the tension didn't happen long enough. It could have still went on a little bit more. I think they got together a little bit too early. Again, this probably would have helped with that whole like depth thing. But I found with Knox, it's like, you've known Memphis for 2 months, okay? Not even dating 2 months, but you've known her for like 2 months. And then like when we're in his chapter, it's like you'd have like these thoughts. He'll be saying something about Drake, who is Memphis' son, and he'll be like saying, I don't know, I really should have probably highlighted to some highlights so I could have given you an example, but be saying something about like her son and be like, well, my son now. And it's just like, I think it's great, you know, obviously that you want to be a father figure for the child, like, you know, take that responsibility, great. But you've known her 2 months. You've not even dated for 2 months. You've known her for 2 months. And this is like just a bit too much. Like, it was too much to where they actually were in the relationship. And like, this doesn't make sense. Like, you're like literally went from 0 to 100. And then at the end, as always, there's always like a bit of a drama, a bit of a situation that happens in a romance novel. And this one was very rushed. I felt like it could have probably gone on for more chapters and we could have got a little bit more details, because it kind of just all of a sudden just came out of nowhere. Like, there was a little bit of building here and there, but it just kind of blew up and then it was gone and like it was done. And it was too rushed. We could have got a little bit more time spent on that, just to kind of make that story make a little bit more sense. When I finished it, there was like a link at the end of the ebook, and I was able to download like an additional epilogue chapter, which it was free, so fine, whatever. But I don't think it really added anything. It just kind of confirmed where at least where Knox wanted to be in the relationship at that point, but it didn't really add anything to the relationship. But that's it. Like, I don't get the hype, guys. I don't get the hype. And I can't believe that, like, I was like really enjoying it. I thought it was gonna be like maybe 3.5, 4 stars, and then it just went downhill. But yeah, that's enough on that, because I've been talking for a while. So I'm just gonna bring up Small Town Rumours. So I'm now 16% of the way through this. Immediately at the start of this book, Jeannie returns to town. She returns to town on a bus, and her mum, she obviously contacted her mum comes to pick her up, and she's like super mad, because like, she's like, how dare you? How could you come to town on a bus? What are people gonna say? Look at how you're dressed. And immediately gave me Emily Gilmore vibes. Like, I wasn't expecting that from this book, because like, obviously, as you know, I picked it up because like, rumour, small town, like, you know, I thought the town vibe, which so far the town hasn't quite given Stars Hollow vibe, but there's still time. We're still early on. I feel like maybe we'll get a little bit more of that, but I wasn't expecting like an Emily in this, and I am loving it. Like, I am loving it. The mum is just, she's Emily Gilmore. Like, she's like criticizing things. I'm sorry, you probably hear construction noises because I have the windows open because it's really hot. I apologize, I'm not closing them. But yeah, she's obviously criticizes her for certain bits and pieces. Like, how could you turn up dressed like that? Like, what about our family name? What are people going to say about us? Like, very, you know, considering it, thinking about their appearances. She is like Emily in the sense that she's does like fundraisers, like, you know, the DR type stuff that Emily did. So the mum is very much Emily. This is how, if, you know, Lorelai like just decided to go back home, I feel like Emily would react. We very much quickly find out as well that Jeannie had a pregnancy, and she actually had a stillbirth like the year before. But the mum like covered up, so no one in town knows about this. Jeannie was married and now she's actually divorced, but again, no one knows, and she wants to keep it very hush. And the mum wants to, you know, give the right appearance and make it come out in a way that obviously Jeannie looks really good, and then she can get herself like another rich husband, because that's all she kind of cares about, the mum, Charlotte. But yes, it's the fact that she just kind of, she is like hidden away the fact that her daughter has had a stillbirth, which is, I don't feel like Emily would have done that. Because I don't know why you would hide that away. So it's going to be interesting to see if we ever get that side from Charlotte. What I like about this, we then also have had another point of view, and it's Cricket. I know it's an odd name, Cricket, because she was in the cafe, she works in the cafe, and she saw Jeannie returning, and she was like taking pictures. And this is where the small town rumors come in, taking pictures, and she's like, I'm gonna have to tell anyone. And she basically went to school with Jeannie, and she's never liked her. She felt that Jeannie kind of looked down on her, but Jeannie hasn't given that impression that she thinks she's better than anyone else, like, you know, that typical popular girl kind of vibe, but she hasn't given that in the book so far. So I feel like Cricket just, I don't know what happened when they were in high school, but she just doesn't like her, and she is obviously immediately telling everyone and showing pictures of how she looked when she returned, and the fact that she came on a bus. Like, she didn't fly in the private jet, she came on a bus, guys. But I am enjoying it. We've also been introduced to a few different other people in the town, and Jeannie, literally, it's the second day, and basically she's like, I can't stay with my mum. This is not possible, because like there's a whole bunch of stuff that happened. She's like, I can't do this. So she went to the cafe. She was going to leave town, try and look for another job somewhere else, but actually it turns out within the cafe she's been offered like 2 jobs. One is like cleaning part-time, the other one is part-time in the bookstore, and she gets like an apartment included with the cleaning jobs. And yeah, the thing is, the mum, she's now told her mum, and the mum is mad, like really mad. Like, how can you go to them? They were a thorn in my mother's side, again, image, etc. And she's just, like I said, I love it. And I feel like the 2 women she's gonna be cleaning for, they're sisters. They live in 2 different places. It'll be like once a week for each of them. But I'm gonna be intrigued to see what they're both like. They're like, I think in their 70s, 80s, but I wonder if I'm gonna get a little bit more of the towny vibes in Stars Hollow. But I'm enjoying it. I have high hopes at this point, and I just hope it doesn't disappoint like Juniper Hill. But yes, that's where we are. My lunch break is finishing up now, so I need to go back to work. I'll update you when I have more updates on these books. One other thing, you would have seen a little clip, you know, I've laid out my candles, my little gnome man, and as you know, I got like these lights that have like, you know, the leaves. But I went to put the batteries in, and 1, the back of it is missing, and then 2, like one of the batteries keeps popping out, so I need to return that, or get my husband to return that, since, you know, that's like in town. So but yes, that's an update on the decorating. So yeah, I've not done very much autumny things. I still want to try and find a few more autumn bits and pieces, like, you know, people have the vase and like the autumn looking foliage type stuff. Like, I want that, but I need to find it. So I've not done as much decorating as I wanted, but apparently the UK's in the summer again, so I'm not feeling autumny, so that's fine. That's it. There's a lot of updates. I'm gonna love this when I have to edit this, but yes, enjoying Small Time Rumours, and I'll update you when I have a really good update. I'm here bringing you a little update. Let me sit a little bit better. Update on the ankle, it is doing a little bit better, less swollen, doing much better. As you can see, I am very summery because this heat wave is continuing in the UK. It was like 29 degrees where I was yesterday, and it's supposed to be that today. It is roasting. So I've been enjoying the time in the park in the evenings. I thought we'd be doing footage every single day. You know, it might get a little bit boring if I do that, but yeah, that's that. book update. Okay, so I am now 42% of the way through. It says I have 3 hours 18 minutes left. I've not listened to the audiobook since the last time because, you know, if I'm sitting down to read, I want to read, and you can't play both at the same time with the Kindle. Just please, Amazon, fix that. But I am really enjoying this. So obviously, you know, I was like, the rumours are, they're being a bit malicious with their gossip. That's mainly Cricket, and for some reason she has something against Jeannie since high school, but Jeannie Sue doesn't have any like issues with her, so it's very much a Cricket thing. And yeah, she's just a little bit iffy, but she's slowly kind of coming around to Jeannie. Jeannie's trying to become a little bit more friends with her, and then Rick as well, but she is attracted to him, he's attracted to her, but nothing has happened yet. There is a little bit of a rumour starting to circulate around town that like maybe Jeannie's ex-husband had like left her because she had this thing with Rick, and it's just a bit ridiculous, and she's like, no, it had nothing to do with that, but small towns. But actually what I'm finding, even though like her mum obviously didn't like that she was going to clean for those other two ladies, they're actually really sweet. The other people in the town, like our townies, are just lovely and reminded me of Star of Hollows, like townies being nice, helpful, very neighbourly. They've been great with Jeannie, and I'm loving it. We've not had too much more from Charlotte. We've had a little bit, but not too much. And I'm slightly disappointed because I wanted a little bit more of the Emily-ness. We've seen a little bit from her dad. She had like a separate kind of lunch with her dad, and it is very much kind of Emily and Richard, like they don't have the same opinions, like, obviously, in how, you know, things should be, etc. But like he just goes along with it. But yes, great. In terms of the romance, not too much has happened. Like I said, they're slowly getting to know each other, being a little bit more friendly. Nothing actually romantic has happened yet between the two of them. But I'm kind of enjoying that it's a bit of a slow burn. I've never really read a slow burn, but I'm enjoying the slow burnness of it. They were not straight in there. It has, it's been like a very clean romance type book so far. I don't know if that will change, but it's very much giving me vibes that this is a clean romance, which is a very nice change. But yes, enjoying the townies. I'm hoping a little bit more from Charlotte or Emily Gilmore in this, and just to see where they're gonna go with this between Jeannie and Rick. There definitely is something there between them, but I'm enjoying it. The build up, the characters, the townies, it's just lovely, and I just really needed this. Yeah, it reminds me a little bit more of Stars Hollows, and the fact that it's set in Texas, obviously it's warm, so it's kind of going with the weather at the moment. I can forgive that the weather's like that. It's not autumn. I can get on board with this book. But yeah, that's it for the moment, and I will probably update you at the end of this book at this point, because I'm pretty much 50% of the way through, and that if something significant happens, and I have to tell you like immediately. But I am really enjoying this. Okay, I'm literally giving you an update like 10-15 minutes maybe after I spoke to you. I'm eating my lunch and I'm listening to the audiobook on the Kindle. So Letty and Nadine, who Jeannie Sue is cleaning for, they're at the bookstore, which is her other part-time job, and they're obviously gossiping, rumours, you know, because that's what the town is like. And obviously they're asking about, you know, Rick, is the rumours true? Are you dating? What's going on? And she's like, no, we're friends. I've literally been home a week. Like, this is like, it'd be far too soon for anything to happen, which honestly, in normal romance novels, something would happen at this point, I feel like, with the pace. But I kind of forgot it's only been a week. I'm almost 50% of the way through the book, but I'm like obviously still really enjoying it. And then like they were swapping money, and she's like, what are you doing? She's like, oh, I lost the bet. So like, it's so funny because they're betting, like they're also like, oh, we need to take notes, you know, over the next 24 hours because I want to go and see Cricket as well. So like they just like keep track of like all the gossip and rumours going around the time. And they're in their 90s, and I feel like, you know, our tinies in Stars Hollow, when they like reach that age, I feel like that would also be going on. But yeah, I just thought I'd just pop on. I just like it. I really like Nadine and Letty. They're like really great additions, like being friendly, the gossip, chatting to Jeannie Sue, even though obviously there's a vast age difference. But it's just like really, really good. I'm enjoying it. But yes, I do like the fact that we are moving slow. Really enjoying the slow burn. Hello lovely people. It is Monday the 11th of September, and I finished Small Town Rumours a couple of days ago. Just didn't have time to kind of pop on and give you a little update. The weather has continued to be really summery, and today's the first day that is given grey skies and the temperatures are dropping. So basically most of this vlog has actually been summer weather, not autumn weather that I was expecting at the start of it. But anyway, in terms of Gilmore Girl vibes, I'm giving this 4 stars, and I think what this book, the real element of that gives me the Gilmore Girls vibes from it is really the people, in terms of like in the town, those kind of relationships that Jenny Sue kind of built with the townspeople. I knew she grew up there, but she didn't have those relationships before she came back to town, and just kind of that like community, because it is really a good community. Yeah, so I think that was like a fantastic element, and obviously the mum Charlotte did give those Emily vibes. I wish we'd gotten a little bit more from her in this, just to give those little bit more Gilmore Girl vibes. So obviously that wasn't the vibe that the author was going for in this book, but I did like those bit of Emily vibes. So in that last kind of bit, there was a change in terms of mood at one point of something that happened, and I was a bit shocked. A bit of a, I don't want to say twist, but I didn't see the book going in that direction of what happened. I know I'm being vague, but I'm trying not to give spoilers. So it did shift it a little bit, but because of that event, it did really then help develop further those relationships that she was having with the townspeople, then obviously the romantic element in this as well. Now I have to say that this wasn't, I feel like the romance wasn't like the sole focus of this book, which is very different from normal romance books that I read. You normally just like solely focused on the couple, and then you'd have these other elements, but this, it was a part of it, but it wasn't the sole focus. And I think that was really nice, because like I said, it wasn't just about her having a romantic relationship, it's also relationship with other people, and I think it was such great vibes. It is a very clean romance. You don't get any spicy scenes. There is obviously a couple bits and pieces that do get hinted at in those kind of the later stages of the book, and I do wish we got a little bit more about their relationship and more like between the two of them than what we did get. And I think maybe if we had that, it could have been a higher rating. But I did really like the relationship we did get between Jenny Sue and Rick. I think, yeah, it was really good. It was a really nice, sweet, clean romance, which again, when I pick up romance books, they are never like this. I'm never going to check out more by this author, but I did get some good Gilmore Girls vibes. Like I said, the townies, a little bit of Emily. Jenny Sue does give a little bit of kind of Lorelai vibes, and then also the fact that she went and got into a relationship with someone who is obviously not from her world, kind of like Luke, and then her mum not being happy about Rick initially, because obviously, you know, she's wanting her to have like a nice rich husband. There's certain expectations, so you do get all of those vibes that really kind of complete those Gilmore Girl vibes without it being like a copy of Gilmore Girls. So I do recommend this one for those vibes. Absolutely, I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it, and I didn't have these expectations going into it. I think out of the two books between Juniper Hill and this one, I much prefer this one. I feel like it gave more of the Gilmore Girl vibes than Juniper Hill, but I did enjoy them both. This has been like a nice experience, also picking up a few more of Kindle Unlimited books, and yes, I can't wait to pick up more. I want to explore more by this author. And if you do have recommendations of any other ones that have Gilmore Girl vibes that are on Kindle Unlimited, please let me know, because I want to check them out. And yeah, leave a comment down below, hit that like button, hit subscribe if you want to see more content from me, and I will hopefully see you in the next one. Bye.